James realizes the big potential for partnership and synergies between Kenya and Mauritius, especially for the Mauritian businessman to extend and invest in Eastern Africa countries.
James MUREU,
Yes.
you're the chairman of the KNCCI.
Yes.
Tell me, what is KNCCI?
Thank you very much. KNCCI stands for Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and I chair the Mombasa County Chamber. I also sit in the East African Chamber of Commerce, Industry and Agriculture as a chairman. And so I'm here really for a fact-finding mission with a group of about 50 Kenyan businessmen who are all over the place. I've come across all of them, and so we are here. This is the first time to Mauritius, and we are very excited about what we have seen.
And what do you see? You're having 50 members here coming to see the different products that we have for export. What do you think could be the possible partnership between Mauritius and Kenya?
I'll tell you, I think there's a big possibility, there's a big potential to synergize. Looking at the population that you have in Mauritius of about 1.5 million people, I don't think anyone producing for this kind of market is really operating optimally. Even the local businessmen that I've spoken to here, they are all operating with a very limited market. And I'm looking at the possibility of the synergy between the Kenyan businessmen with the East African market in mind of 170 million people, and probably the COMESA region, 400 million people, is a very big potential for the Mauritius technology. I've seen the quality of workmanship from Mauritius is very good. The only limiting factor is the size of the market. And for me, I think the next big thing that should happen is for the Mauritius businessmen to look at the market within the COMESA region. I know Mauritius is a member of the COMESA region, I believe. COMESA, yes. And I think that is the next big thing. Because as long as they continue producing, I visited one of the companies that I really want to partner with, Polytol Paints, and they are producing, they have all the technology to produce for a big market, but their production is limited by the size of the market that is available locally. So I think for Mauritius, with the technology, they must now start looking outside of the boundaries of this island and start looking at the bigger picture. Now, if you look, just recently we've just come back from the United States with the president, and part of what we went to engage the Americans is to bring investment into Africa. Africa is the next big thing that's happening, and anybody out there in the world that is not talking to Africa then is talking to the wrong person. And so Mauritius is sitting pretty. They have a go between the East and Africa. And then I see a situation where they can play a very pivotal role in engaging these two continents.
Having seen, I know today's the first day, having seen the different stalls displaying different products, what is your first impression about Mauritius and Mauritian entrepreneur?
I think I came a day before yesterday, and yesterday I spent quite a bit of time going around. In fact, I visited this place just to be sure that I know where exactly I'll be going. Yeah, this exhibition hall. I was here yesterday before the official opening just to be sure. And my first impression is it's a very organized country. It looks very organized, and the standards, the Mauritius standards, I think are quite high, international standards. I've seen some of the finishes, some of the finished products here, where be it furniture, be it clothing apparel, be it the paint products that I'm interested in. I think the quality is up to speed. I think for us, my first impression in Mauritius is you're sitting pretty, ready to take off. I think the ball is on your court. The world is looking out there, and they're ready to receive you.
It's a matchmaking session between Kenya and Mauritius. What is the message that you have for our entrepreneur to venture into Kenya? And what message do you have as buyers of Kenya when they come here? What message do you have for them?
I'll give them the same message I gave the Americans. Google Earth can cheat you. Google Earth just tells you where Kenya is. It doesn't tell you the culture of the people in Kenya. It doesn't tell you a lot about Kenya. And I think the best thing is what we have done practically is Kenyans have come here. They're having first-hand experience with the relationship with the Mauritian businessmen, and I think the same should happen. Mauritius businessmen should now pack their bags, come and visit Kenya and see what we have to offer. And that's the only way then you'll be able to also break down the cultural barriers, because you see, doing business across this continent, you meet a lot of cultural barriers. For example, if a Mauritian company that's making textile tries to set up in Maasai land, where they don't use a lot of conventional fabric, they use very, very basic, they will not be in business. If they try to set up a 5-star hotel, from Google Earth they will say there is land here, and you go and set up a 5-star hotel in the Maasai land, again you'll be wasted. So I think for me it's really just establishing a fact-finding mission that goes and informs you. Like by the time I leave Mauritius on Saturday morning, I will be a very informed person. I am engaging, I've walked around, I've spoken to people. I'm also able to read their chemistry, and I think the chemistry is right between Kenyans and the Mauritians. I have not had anybody complaining since we came in, and 50 people is a big number, and when you have not had any complaints for 3 days, I think we're doing well.
James, it was a pleasure having you on our show.
Yes.
We wish you well and a good stay on our beautiful island.
Thank you very much. We're also looking forward, and I'm staying at Pearl Beach, which is a very beautiful beach, and I've had a nice swim yesterday, and I'm saying to Kenyans, those of you who have not been to Mauritius, please, this is the time to come to Mauritius.
I would say Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. There is no problem in Mauritius, na Hakuna Matata in Kenya. Thank you very much.
Thank you.